Well, hello, my little potato, you beautiful soul. Um, oh, sorry. I almost forgot. You know, I do always like to start off with I love you. Sometimes I forget, but I tend to always remember. And then I tend to usually remember. And like I've said, when someone does love you, they can never say it too much, as long as they actually mean it. So, where today, man, I could not wake up today. I woke up at 9 and I woke up at 9 and I was like, nope, and fell back to sleep. And I woke up later and it was 11 and I'm like, 11 something. And I was like, what is going on? I still don't want to wake up, but it's what it is. Mm, I did do my workout this morning, so that was a plus. So I can mark one more day. I almost didn't do it, honestly, but I decided today's Wednesday. Okay. No, today's Thursday. I didn't do it Wednesday. I did it Thursday. I was like about to circle Wednesday, and I'm like, wait a second. I didn't work out on Wednesday. I did on Thursday though. If that doesn't want to work. Wouldn't you know, the pen that's on the bed, the one that's next to the bed, doesn't work. And then my other pen I took out earlier today, and okay, I have another pen. So I have this pen. So I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I think I should be able to hit my 21 goal or 23, so I'm good, and even maybe even surpass that, and I'm okay with that. I did my workout. I prayed, I meditated. No, I prayed first, then I meditated, and um, then I did my workout, and you know that takes like an hour, not quite an hour, but close to. And then I just decided I was like, you know what? Let me just continue, kind of take the day off and relax. And then, but I wrote last night before I went to sleep, and then today I kind of thought, maybe I'll write again. So that kind of had that thought today. But I took the rest of the day off and I just kind of like enjoyed myself. I made a video. I made lunch. Nothing fancy. I ate more cantaloupe and just hung out. And then I was like, okay, I haven't taken a bath in a while, so I took a bath. And then while I was in the bath, I got this idea about, I really like to flex my creativity muscle by like naming things. I also like to flex it by writing. And so I thought, what if I help people on TikTok? Like maybe some of them want to write a book and they don't know what to call it, right? Or maybe some of them need a slogan for their company. And one of my dreams when I was younger, I always wanted to go into advertising and copywriting. And so I thought, what if I do that? And so let me help other people. And even if I only help one other person, then that will, that's okay, right? So it's just I did it for somebody, right? So I did that and I made that video. And then I was thinking about it today and I said, you know what? I was like, I think I'm going to write my second children's storybook today. I've been thinking about it and I haven't, I don't know what to write. I do actually, I did, blah, blah. I had already planned out what the book was going to be about. I already knew what the book was going to be about. And I said, maybe instead of just waiting, let me just go ahead and write it. And, I already know what the second book's going to be, knew what the second book was going to be about. I was thinking about the third book, and I've been thinking about what the third book's going to be about, and the fourth book, and the fifth book, you know. So there's different things. But I decided to write the second one today, and then I called my friend to see what she thought, and then I edited it. So that second one is complete. I'm not 100% sure on the intro though, because I kind of like the intro the way that it was originally written, and so I'm I'm torn, but I will continue to decide. Uh, but it's okay for, it's good for where it is. So because the rest of it can stay as it is, and it's just the intro that may need changing. But I want the intro to be semi-consistent, so that way, if you buy if you buy the book, like, what if you bought the first book? What if you bought the third book instead of the first book? Then you don't know who these people are, right? So I'm thinking I want to go back to the original intro, so then that way, but again, just something that I'm thinking about at this time. And I thought, I'm going to work on building the agent for Claude, right? And I do not know how long it takes to build an agent in Claude. Okay. It's never to this. To I have been trying to build an agent since last week. It always times out on me. So I said, well, let me try again today, and I will see how long it takes. And so I just move the mouse around every now and then so Claude doesn't, like, turn off on me. But so far it's been over 2 hours. So I'm assuming it's building. I just don't know how far, but I'm at 2 hours and 15 minutes. So, and then today I went and got the mail, and finally, the check was there. And then I did a mobile deposit, and then I called, and then the bank was like, no, we've accepted your deposit. It'll be available tomorrow. I'm like, oh. And then I thought, okay, it'll be available tomorrow. All right, well, it'll be available tomorrow. Okay, that's fine. It's just tomorrow. And then I checked, and then the bank sent me a notification later. It's like, hey, we got your check. It won't be available to the 31st. And I'm like, no, we cannot have that available on 31st. So I called them back, and they said, no, just wait until tomorrow and then call us back. And I really need them to like let release the funds to me, because I need to what's the word I'm looking for? I need to pay my phone bill. So I'm just waiting. We'll just see, and that's kind of where I am. But hey, I got the money, so tomorrow we'll call the bank and say, give me my money so I can pay my phone bill. Although in theory, I did think about it. I'm like, well, technically, all my stuff is online, and I don't really leave the house, and everything I do is on Wi-Fi. So if I wasn't, but that's not, you know, that's not what's going to happen. My money will be released tomorrow, and I can pay my phone bill tomorrow, because that's the most important thing I need to get paid. Everything else is just when it happens. And I'm just, I'm going to see what happens. I should be okay. We'll see. Um, but I have, again, I'm working on things to get paid. I have to pay certain people, and hopefully, things will be much better for me in September, and I can have money coming in abundance. Tens, 20s, 50s, mostly hundreds, actually, would be nice. Um, and I feel better. I do feel better because, and the only thing that I said I was really going to do today was record, edit, record the wind and the willows, create a video, edit it, upload it, create the video, upload it. And I did that. And tomorrow I have two calls tomorrow. I have a 10 o'clock call and I have a 3 o'clock call. And I will record probably one or two more chapters. I no, at least one, possibly two more chapters, because then I'll be done with the Wind and the Willows. But the Wind and the chapters for the Wind and the Willows, they're very long. They're like half an hour each. And it doesn't seem like a lot, but talking for like half an hour and like reading someone else's words, and sometimes you don't know the words, and the sentences in The Wind and the Willows are actually also very long as well. So, but tomorrow is my two calls, record The Wind and the Willows, and then Saturday I have two calls, Sunday I have none. And I really hope, and this week my goal was to reach out to 14 contacts off of my Dream 100 list. And so far I have done none. And so I will be reached. Did I reach? I did. I think I might have reached out to like maybe one, maybe two. I don't even remember. And I, you know, that's it. So that's what I have to work on this week before Sunday, is reaching out to those 14 contacts. And if as long as that gets done this week, I mean, that was my major goal, right? And I need to respond by email to a couple things. I need to build my Range Me profile. Maybe I can do that. I'll put build Range Me profile. And I connected with someone off of Facebook today, and she said to send me the link to the kids' coloring book so she could get it for her daughter. So that's another potential sale. And I don't know. We'll see how this all works. I'm just kind of I'm going through all of this and building, and it's just so hard because I don't know. I think that I do understand that I do get in my head a lot, but I also understand that I'm a creative person, which took me a long time to be able to say that, by the way. I'm a creative person, and when you are a creative person, sometimes when all you do is logistics, it sucks and it's boring. And that's not my thing, Like, I get it, like, I have to do it because I'm the founder, and so there's no one else to do it at this time. But, like, figuring out sales and, like, what to make on TikTok and, like, all of those things are so stressful. And especially, like, I'm trying to figure out what to make for TikTok, and I'm like, I don't know, right? And so currently, I'm just like, okay, that's what it is. And I'm doing what I can. And today I just, at least today, I finished writing one children's storybook. I'm out, I fleshed out like a content thing system for a library too, so I could see an overview. So in the future, and I recorded The Wind and the Willows, and I took a break. So yeah, that's my day in a nutshell. I know sometimes it doesn't seem like a lot, but I know that there are people that would sit down and say, I'm going to write, and they wouldn't be able to write. And I, again, wrote my first draft in like less than half an hour, just started writing it, and I said, okay, this is how I feel the story should go. And I kind of remembered from last time the notes to write it like people are talking. So I'm very proud of myself. And somehow I know that even if you don't feel like you did a lot today, that you did something today that's worth being proud of. It may not seem big. It may not seem big now. It may not even seem big later. But you never know. So I just want to remind you of that. So as always, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to listen to me and my ramblings and my progress about my Claude and how I decided to write my second children's storybook today. So thank you for listening. I love you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.